Hello and welcome to our 3-card Oracle deck reading. We're using the Literary Witches deck today. A fantastic deck. It's got a really great guidebook and it details some of the famous literary figures of our time and of history. Great Oracle deck. Okay, let's see what the first card has to bring. Sylvia Plath. Interesting. Author of The Bell Jar and lots of other things as well. Married to Ted Hughes, the poet. Very poetic life that she had, very dark life. And it says the dark. And that makes sense. I think she suffered a lot of depression. She, a bit of a miserable card to start on. She killed herself by putting her head in the oven when she was quite young. But I have a quote here. I have a quote for all of the people. And this one from Sylvia Plath is, "The worst enemy to creativity is self-doubt." And I think that is a really good quote. When you start doubting yourself, things can get dark, things can get sad. I'm not going to interpret this as the dark and that dark things are going to happen to you, are happening right now, because, well, the cards can't predict things like that. That's just not something that can be seen. So I'm taking this more metaphorically, and I'm going to base it off the quote that I've just read there, which is the enemy of creativity. So I'm going to think of this as a sense of self-doubt. So let's see what the next card has in store for us. Octavia Butler, who was a famous sci-fi writer. Yes. I must admit, I didn't know that. I read that from the guidebook. And then I have on my list now several books of hers that I want to read, for sure. And I have a quote from her here, which is, "In order to rise from its own ashes, a phoenix first must burn." A phoenix from the flames, from the old myth of when a phoenix dies, after, it might be 100 years, I think, it bursts into flames, and then from the ashes, either a whole phoenix appears or an egg, and it is born again. Very much about rebirth. And we can see sci-fi, perhaps this is the reason. She is associated with the future. And, of course, that quote ties in very nicely with the future. The idea of a change, reinventing oneself. Curious. Let's see what the next card has in store for us. Virginia Woolf. Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf? Not me. Okay, so Virginia Woolf, again, quite a tragic character. Visionary, it says here. A lot of the things that she wrote were based off a stream of consciousness and a very unique way of writing at the time. I think, and I could be wrong here, but I think she also killed herself by filling her coat with stones and walking into a river. Very sad. I think things were so hard back then, especially for people who were very creative and not what society deemed was acceptable. But I do have a quote here on Virginia Woolf, and it says, "To enjoy freedom, we must be able to control ourselves." That is certainly true. So we have 3 pillars here of things that are important in our lives right now. We have a sense of the future, reinventing ourselves, this sense of darkness and change and self-doubt, and this sense of vision. Now, these things don't necessarily tell a cohesive story, but I feel like they do here. What we're seeing is we have a sense of doubt, a darkness here where we doubt ourselves and our ability to achieve something. But we are on a journey of reinventing ourselves, of looking towards the future and to abandoning that dark, a phoenix from the flames, which is going to result in something very unique and very visionary. I think this is a very auspicious reading. I think we're on the cusp of something very creative and unique here. Fascinating. Well, that concludes our 3-card reading for today. And thank you very much for your time. And I do hope we speak again soon. Thank you.